Happy day, friends. I recently got back from my PT appointment and lunch with Holly. She took me out for my birthday lunch and she got me the sweetest little thing. Some lip gloss, which I am wearing right now, and a delicious smelling candle, and this new plant. Austin's probably like, oh brother, another plant.
It'll be dead in 2 months.
It's not gonna be dead in 2 months because I told Holly that I'm not gonna do anything to it without her approval for the first like month or two until I really get to know this plant. We named it Mike. It's a monstera plant, so it had to have a monster name. Mike the monstera is gonna live in my kitchen somewhere for the time being. Austin's been taking care of the girls today. He's been cooking. He's been cleaning up. He's been a real housewife today. A real like homemaker today, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate it, babe. It's great. Let me go out and do my birthday lunch.
Yeah.
But so real quick, let's bring attention to this because I know you guys are gonna see it and be like, Jess, what's wrong with your hair? This is my regrowth from like, you know, you get like postpartum hair loss. Apparently mine happens like right at above my temples. So I've got this over here that is like growing back, and this one that is growing back but sticking straight out. So that is my new hairdo for the season. You just have to get used to it. But Austin and I mentioned a few vlogs ago, we kind of talked about the issues that we were running into with our fulfillment center and why we decided to quote unquote break up with them. And we don't really have definite answers yet on when we're getting our stuff. I don't know what the holdup is. Did you ever hear back on like when?
No,
if we can go pick it, like, I feel like we should just be able to go pick up all of our merch. We're not really sure what the holdup is. We've cut ties. We've, you know, told them we're just kind of gonna go our separate ways. We honestly anticipated that we'd be able to go pick it up that day, but for whatever reason, they had to do things before we could pick up our merch. So we still haven't gotten our merch in our hands, but a lot of you seemed kind of interested in like some of the behind the scenes stuff, some of the issues that we ran into while doing this whole Happy Day Apparel thing. As soon as Austin writes our account manager over there and figures out what's going on, we will talk you through everything that kind of happened. Look what else my husband did. I asked him if he wanted coffee and he said, yeah, just hit start. Like, no big deal. He already prepped the coffee machine. Speaking my love language hardcore today. There. Still feel like I'm too tall.
You are.
Oh, that's as low as it goes.
You framed that nicely. Didn't even have to double check it.
So did he write you back?
He did.
Yeah.
He said he still hasn't broken the news to the boss. I only wrote him 2 days ago, though.
But we initially talked to him about this like a week ago.
Yeah, but I think the email is supposed to be the...
Got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
The
They need a actual written. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's normal for any sort of business or contract or something. Whew. Poor guy.
Yeah, I feel bad.
His boss might not be very happy, but...
It's alright.
I mean, to be completely honest, I feel like a lot of it might have been his boss's fault.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
Maybe the straw that broke the camel's back.
It's not a good sign when you get included in an email chain from the owner of the company and is like kind of like bad mouthing the customers. Or the
Yeah.
Are we customers at that point?
We're clients.
Clients.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say bad mouthing, but very blunt
Well,
very.
let's grab your tea kettle, fill it with water, get your big old cup of tea because you're about to get a good old helping of tea.
Go get your happy day mugs. That's what you should get. Cheers to this.
Down in the description, if you don't want to be part of this, if you don't care about this drama-filled section that we're just going to be here
More so.
basically complaining for the next X amount of minutes.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, there were some people legit like interested in the backside of the business.
But yeah,
you know?
but this
doesn't make it all drama.
But this will be all the issues that we ran into starting our own apparel company with this specific fulfillment center / print shop. We're not going to mention names. We're not going to mention companies. We don't believe in bad mouthing companies.
Because here's the thing.
We could have been the lemon.
Yeah.
Like everything, like the stars could have aligned, and we could have just had experience after experience after bad experience, and who knows?
Because there were a couple things going on during the time.
Anyway, the very first issue that we ran into when we were piecing together our items and trying to like piece together our entire line was this stinking mug. Now, don't get me wrong, this mug is beautiful.
Love this mug.
Heavy, it's smooth and comfortable to hold. It is like literally one of the best mugs out there.
It's really great.
The problem that we ran into it with, and this is a little bit of hindsight and maybe just purely not knowing, our mug is 16 ounces, which is exactly a 1 pound in the US. And
which it means it costs more to ship.
The fulfillment center that we were going through didn't let us know that staying under 1 pound is crucial for saving on shipping. Had we known that, we would have picked a lighter design or something else to help with cutting down on shipping costs.
Yes.
That was one of the very first issues that we ran into. Unfortunately, we didn't understand that or realize that until after we had all of our mugs made and printed and shipped to our fulfillment center.
So the mug being slightly over a pound was where the bulk of our shipping issues came into play.
Yeah.
And you explain this.
And on the back end, so we run our site through Shopify. Some of you can probably tell just by looking at it. But either way, in Shopify, in the shipping section, you can either somehow connect it to a third-party site, or you can set your own pricing, something like that. With us going through this fulfillment center, I was like, "Hey, can you guys do this part? I don't know this."
You got like this.
You set this up.
We originally were under contract with their fulfillment center, and we paid them X amount to do these things for us.
Yeah.
And it was not done correctly. And so each shipment that went out with a mug, we were losing money on.
Well, yeah.
Which was really scary right from the get-go.
Yeah,
to see all this money like...
Well, okay, so on the back end, they set all the shipments to be sent out with pricing being set to, again, first class. So the shipping below
1 pound.
And then on top of that, they set a flat rate, which meant all orders domestic were $4.90. So when we took our pre-order and we're taking in all these orders, it was all fine and gravy. And then once everything was printed and made and shipped and ordered, and then they started shipping them out, all of a sudden our shipping prices were astronomical because they were over a pound and they had to bump up to that priority shipping. And then on top of that, we had people in other countries, like in Australia, placing orders that they were getting charged a crazy amount of money. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy high. This is like $60
$60-some bucks
to send a single package to Australia or to the UK. And so I was like, okay, hold off. Let's look into these. And it turned out they had some settings misset, and they were able to reduce those pricings for the international shipping. So that kind of fixed that, but we had to recoup a lot of those orders and then replace them and get in touch with people behind the scenes.
It was a big hassle for us to have to do that because our fulfillment center wasn't doing that type of thing. They weren't really what's the word? They weren't the best at keeping things managed.
Yeah.
I guess.
They weren't proactively managing situations. Then once the international shipping was fixed, then I noticed that even domestic shippings were way above what we were charging. And so if you don't understand, we're charging $4.90 for shipping domestic, and some orders were coming back charging $10 to $15 shipping.
So like double,
domestic.
2 or 3 times as
more.
much.
And so we were eating those costs. That extra $10 of shipping, we were eating.
That was for each mug. And keep in mind, I want to say during that time before we got it figured out, we had sold like 120 mugs.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was
so
a lot.
We were literally losing money on almost every single item that we were
It
selling.
was a little bit panicky.
And that's not a good place to start, is when you're already losing money out the gate when you're literally selling stuff.
Yeah.
Then eventually that got fixed. And that actually took like a day or two. So the entire time when I figured it out, I let our manager know. It took them a little bit to figure out what was going on.
And those were our 2 biggest days of sales. Like,
Yeah.
that was the bulk of our sales, was like when we launched it and everyone was really excited and they were placing their orders. And so it all happened then.
And
Like,
on top of that, because they set the flat rate to $4.90, even someone placing an order as small as just stickers. Like literally, if you bought a mini pack of stickers, you were still being charged
Like-
that $4.90 for shipping. So a lot of people abandon their order, and I don't blame them at
No,
all.
not
I
at
wouldn't
all.
pay that for sticker shipping. That's
sticker.
ridiculous. To go back on the stickers themselves, as simple as they are, guys, they were a headache and a half. And let me explain. So when we started wanting to do stickers, there were 2 pricings for bulk purchasing. You could buy a minimum of 300 in either 5x7 or an 8x10, something like that. Jess and I thought that those were our canvas. Like, we could punch as many stickers out of those size sheets as we
as
wanted.
possible.
And so we were pricing out sticker packs and stuff with the idea of like, okay, on this one sheet of 8x10, we could maybe make 2-3 sticker packs or something like that, where they would be punched out and then they would be individual stickers.
That is not the case.
So-
it is a legit sticker sheet.
Yeah, so we actually like priced it out like
Now
that.
that was slight miscommunication on our part.
And
That
and
part
some of
was,
these
yeah.
issues do fall on us, and we'll happily take that blame.
Mm-hmm.
Then, once we realized that's not the case, that it was literally just a sheet of stickers that we were selling, we decided, okay, all this, no matter what size sticker they bought, no matter,
Everyone gets a sticker sheet.
everyone is just gonna get sticker sheets.
It was either
Like,
that or we manually cut out things and that just looks unprofessional, looks
yeah.
like I just didn't like that. I'm a very attention to detail person and that was just messy and I didn't like it. So
Yeah.
everybody got a sticker sheet
And-
who ordered any sort of sticker.
Yeah, and that again was cost that we had to eat, which
Yeah.
stunk. So again, losing money. Then the stickers get printed, they get shipped. And the stickers were the last thing to get printed and shipped. Like we thought, all the stickers were going to be punched out individually and then shipped. Well, when we realized that we're literally sending a sticker sheet, we're like, okay, well then we'll throw more stickers on the sticker sheet to take up more space, give
Yeah.
them a little bit more value
We
for
added
their
some
purchase.
extra ones on here.
And cool, whatever, that's great. So then we sent over our proof, which is everything that Jess designed, and art immediately, art
You said
department
art department.
returns the proof that she sent in.
Looked exactly the same.
She designed it all on Illustrator.
Yep.
Looked exactly as we wanted. We gave it the green light to go, and all of a sudden we
print it
get
out.
these stickers.
So this might not look bad to any of you. Really, like, it still looks okay. I mean, in my mind, it's really disastrous because this is not at all what I had designed. This is not at all what we accepted as the proof.
To give you an idea, like stickers, if they're not perfectly centered or if the cut is off even a millimeter,
It's noticeable.
it's noticeable
messy.
and it ruins
So-
the whole purpose of the sticker.
So here's a little game of can you spot the differences? And as a graphic designer, those little details are very important to me. This is not what we proofed. I think they just tried to recreate it, and things weren't lining up right. The colors weren't great. This is the teal that we were going for, and they printed blue. Like, it was kind of mind-blowing when we got that after we had proofed something very different.
I mean, the big thing is that when they send us a proof to print, they print that proof.
It's a big red flag.
Like, I don't know how or why or what happened. That's just something that they shouldn't have done. These were already shipped out with items. People were receiving this. We, like, even if you guys didn't think ill of us, like,
yeah, a lot of people got these and were like, oh, my stickers turned out fine. Like, no need to send me the fixed one. I got a fine one. But no,
we just didn't want people to be like, I paid money for these. These are garbage. Like, the stickers don't even line up. Like, that reflects on us and our business, and that's just not fair.
I like that.
And so then these had to get reprinted and had to be reshipped. All costs, again, that needed to be incurred.
However, we did not pay for those. That was not our mistake.
Yeah,
that was not our proof that we accepted, so that was on them, and they did cover that.
They did, and I was nervous that they were going to fight us for it, and luckily I was like, I'm not paying for this, guys. Like, luckily they reshipped and fixed that on their own terms.
So should we talk about the t-shirts? Now that we're like on the art department?
Yeah, sure. We can talk about the art department some more.
The art department was helping us with certain designs. The t-shirt, we had a general idea, but some of the skills that were required to make the t-shirt, I had been out of practice for a long time. And so we said, hey, like, I drew them out of sketch. They kind of ran with it, back and forth, and we came to the final design that we loved.
And these back and forth took a long time. Like, we really wanted to hunker down on a design that we loved.
So the person who used to be in charge of the art department, this is one of those things that was happening during the time, so maybe it was just bad timing, but the person that used to be in charge was fired. I don't know the reasoning, don't need to go into that, but something that he did with our design was when you're designing something to be printed, you have to work within a set amount of colors because they have to match the ink colors that are available.
Yeah.
That was not done. And so when it came down to time to print, we got our proof back and they had told us like, hey, like these colors, we matched them the best as we could. And they were so far off. They were.
It may as well have been a completely different design because the colors were so
It was pretty
different.
shocking. And that is why that one day we had to go in to their shop and we had to manually look through their book and find better matching colors. I'm really trying to not talk down or like talk bad about them because like there's so many factors, okay? But to match colors that they did, and then we went in and found colors that are almost exact to our original design. I really feel like that's something that the art department should be able to do.
Yeah.
Like that's what we were paying them to do. That was the whole thing. So the fact that we had to go in there and fix things that they should have been able to do like first go around, it's just like we don't have the time. That's why we're paying somebody to do certain things for us.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I'm getting all flustered thinking about this because I hate confrontation. Like, I really hate it.
Yeah, and I just don't even understand how, because the guy that designed our design, from what I understand, is a senior designer, or was a senior designer there. So I don't even know how you can even start a design without using Pantones, knowing
colors.
that this is going into print.
Yeah, so, I mean, those two things with the art department, those were big red flags to us. It's like, it honestly, it just made us lose a lot of faith and trust that they can create the products that we want, that are really specific to us.
Well, and there were other little things too, like our Happy Day University sweater. When they sent us the design, the design was great. It was exactly what we wanted as far as the emblem goes, but the actual arcing of the letters,
It was crooked.
it was crooked, and like the letter spacing.
So I went in and I fixed that, and I made
Yeah.
it look the way that
Basically,
we wanted it to look.
had we not had our eye or have a background in design or something like that, like we would have just had
Well, I mean, if we didn't have
nightmare.
if we didn't have a background in it, then we would not have known any better in a lot of circumstances.
Well, that's what I'm
But
getting at.
we
Is it would have
do,
been,
and-
it would have even made an even worse experience.
Maybe, yeah, who knows? I mean, the whole COVID thing, like that, kind of put a damper on it in the way that the products that the fabrics and stuff that we wanted, we really considered doing something black or white. But black and white fabrics are hard to come by right now, black especially, because so many companies are using it to mass produce face masks.
Yeah.
So we ran into a lot of issues with getting the quantities that we wanted because the fabric just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that was an issue, and that took a little bit longer. And shipping, I mean, you guys know, shipping this past year has kind of been all over the place.
We started this process, if you guys remember, way back in, I want to say August. Our big goal was to release our line by September. Like mid-September,
Yeah.
heading into fall, back to school. We wanted to release all these.
And I think that was a little bit of naivety on
Yeah.
our part. We didn't know how long the process actually took, but there were definitely things that.
So we
held
had
it.
in our mind, like, okay, we could definitely crank out designs, pick out all the fabrics and the shirts and all this stuff, and have everything good to go within a month. Like we thought a month was a good time frame. It took 3 months
To do that, yes.
to do that. Because it was taking so much longer than we anticipated, that's why we ran the pre-order.
Pre-order. We didn't initially want to do a pre-order.
I am so happy we did a pre-order because the sizings, we would have been
we would
way
have been
wrong.
pretty dang off. Yeah.
We would have been way off on
even after
quantities and sizings
even after
and
polling
interest.
you guys, even after all of you that took our questionnaire, thank you for doing that. Even after that, our sizing would still have been way off.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad we ended up doing it. It was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Fast forward, products are being shipped out. Some of the products weren't being shipped because not all the products were done being printed, i.e. the stickers. But orders that didn't have stickers, they were being shipped out.
Shipping out.
How this happens, I don't know. If you are a fulfillment center, I don't know how you ship a ceramic mug without
protection.
It didn't. They were shipping ceramic mugs without their own box, without any sort of styrofoam, without any even bubble wrap.
There was a piece of paper around
It was like that thick cardboardy paper that you see that Amazon ships with. Well, you know what I mean. Like it's not.
It was like wrapping paper, like that.
Yeah.
That brown wrapping paper. It was like that.
It's just stuffing paper, really.
Thankfully, most of the mugs that were shipped, just one mug, made it safely.
Yeah. But I don't know how, as a fulfillment center, you let that slide. Like, that's obviously a no-brainer in my opinion. Like, you clearly bubble wrap these, you protect ceramic items.
That's why we got a fulfillment center to do those things. Because we just don't have the time to fulfill all these orders. We want to make the product, we want to pick it out, we want to be hands-on with it, but we can't ship them out. We just don't have the space. We don't have the time. We don't have the technology.
Yeah, so to give you the whole picture here, we're shipping out mugs. People are receiving them. A lot of people receiving them broken.
If they ordered two.
Well, no, even just single.
Even just single
but
sometimes.
People who ordered two, it was like almost a guarantee that
one of them
was broken. We're already taking a loss and a hit from the shipping that we are then taking on. Mm-hmm. People are receiving a broken mug. So not only do we need to replenish or replace that product that's broken, but we need to reship it.
Yeah.
And so the shipping again,
and some of these were international.
Because
$60+.
Yeah, because it's over a pound in weight, we're still paying priority. So literally, not only were we taking the initial loss on the product and the shipping,
but then to redo it again.
And so it's like, oh my gosh, you guys
And I still don't think they shipped them out in bubble wrap, even after that.
Probably not. I don't know.
We don't know. They made them safely that time, is all I know. They got their mugs.
So.
And it's just like, so, it's such a bummer for us too, because half the reason that we wanted to make merch is because you guys asked for it. You wanted something, and you guys were so supportive when we finally launched it. And to hear that some of you guys opened your box and you got a broken mug is like heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like we want this, like we say happy day because we really want you guys to have a happy day every single day. Like whenever you watch our vlogs, whenever you get a package from our merch, like we want you to open it and be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And to like know that some of you guys opened your mug and were like, oh, my mug's broken. Like,
it was the opposite of a happy day. And then to even go further back, sorry, we're going to be all over the place because there's so much wrong. At the very beginning of this, we had, I want to say on opening week, we had close to 400 sales.
Yeah.
So Jess sat down and hand wrote.
I hand wrote
400.
I don't know. I only did 300 because that's how many I ordered. I did not anticipate that so many of you were going to order. I hand wrote little thank you cards, 300 of them.
Yeah, 300. And then on top of that,
each.
you placed an order for more little cards so that we could then fill out more.
Finish.
And the idea was we were going to get those cards and fill out more and then take them back down to our fulfillment center. Our fulfillment center is almost an hour away. So to go down there as much as we had also was taking time and gas and money out of our hands.
Time is the main thing, the time.
But so anyway, Jess wrote all these thank you cards for all of the pre-orders. And I take those down there and I drop them off. And then we had this really great idea.
So awesome, you guys.
So incredible. I was jazzed about this. For the people that place the order with the Happy Day University sweaters.
You were supposed to get an acceptance letter. You were accepted into Happy Day University. Like we wrote out and designed a whole like legit looking acceptance letter. It was so cute.
It had our signatures on it.
Such a cute little thing.
It had our little emblem on it. It looked so dope. It was almost cooler than the shirt itself. And I was like, this is going to be the coolest thing because it was going to be a little hidden
it's on nice paper,
surprise for those that place the order and not expecting anything. Mm-hmm. And so
Austin takes them down there.
I take them down there. And as I'm down there dropping those off, they're like, oh, hey.
We can't put these in
here. We
here.
can't do this.
It's like, well, why
And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, it's just part of like how we run things. If I'm out of town, they need to, like, the fulfillment team needs to understand what to do. And in my mind, and I still don't fully understand this because it's not, I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy, but I feel like, hey, just with any order, throw in a card. Like, it seems very basic to me, and maybe there's something I'm missing on the back end.
But I don't know.
But
we've spoken to some other people who do similar things, and they said, yeah, not a big deal.
And I'm just like, I don't understand why this was a big thing. So anyway.
That was a real big bummer.
None of our thank you cards got sent out, and none of our acceptance letters got sent out. So those are still, I think, down at the fulfillment center when we go to pick them up. Mm-hmm. Which was a huge bummer because I still don't understand how you can't just...
I was really sad about that.
Hey, with this order, just throw in a thank you card. Until they run out, Yeah,
I keep telling you guys like how I am very much an attention to detail person. And those little details were like really important to me. Like a little handwritten thank you card, like showing our appreciation. And an acceptance letter. Like how awesome, like just little things like are awesome like that, and they couldn't do it.
We just wanted to make each box so personalized and just fun for the person to open, and it's just like we couldn't get any of that. On top of all the issues that we were running into, and so many of you just writing in like, hey, my order's busted, hey, my t-shirt's misprinted, hey, this is going on, hey, where's my order? All of that, they were supposed to have set up right from the get-go, basically like customer support. Like they were supposed to connect to our email so that when you guys wrote in to hello@happydayapparel.com, someone there at the fulfillment center was supposed to be able to write you back and be like, get right on
We're
top
on
of
it,
your
like-
issue. Well, it took weeks to set up email correspondence. So the entire time all of this is going on, I'm not only having to sit there and try and figure out what the heck's going on at the fulfillment center, I'm also needing to respond to each and every single one of the email inquiries coming in. And then on top of that, so not only do I have to reply to you guys that we're having issues,
Battery's gonna die.
but then I also needed to then write an email to our account manager with all the issues that were listed. So it's like
So you're the
I was
middleman.
literally the middleman to then solving the issues on top of being like, hey, this needs to get fixed. Hey, this needs to get fixed. I was like a fireman running around trying to put out a fire that just was not going out.
Yeah.
And that was...
Which ultimately, all of these things are why we took a step back.
Yeah.
Putting this on pause, ending our relationship with that fulfillment center to then figure out our next step.
Yeah. And then, after all those issues and everything that we ran into, I get included into an email chain with the owner of the company. And he tells them basically that like, oh, well, if they don't do it this way, then we don't need to be their fulfillment center. And it's just like, dude, like, I don't care who you are as an owner. If a client of yours is running into this many issues, reach out yourself and then be like, hey man, I know you guys have been getting like the short end of the stick here. How can I help? How can we make this right?
Yeah.
But instead it was just kind of like a backhanded slap.
Not gonna deal with
Like,
this.
oh, that sucks.
Well, and to top it
Last
off,
straw.
if there's not, so many last straws, we were kind of like put on hold for moving forward in any way
Yeah.
until was it? Until we had an in-person meeting for whatever reason, which I thought was very odd.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you want a meeting, we can do it video call. Like, we don't need to drive an hour. We've got 2 little girls while trying to run 3 YouTube channels. Like, it's not just convenient for us to go down during your work hours and have a meeting. So the time being, we couldn't press forward with any designs. We couldn't press forward with anything.
Yeah.
And it was just like very odd to me, and I don't know.
Yeah, it was very unprofessional, in my opinion.
So,
From my prior professional experience outside of being self-employed,
because you used to work in some customer service type areas.
that type of stuff would not have flown.
We did not want these problems that we were dealing with to ever make their way to you guys as a customer of Happy Day Apparel. Like,
Yeah.
we were dealing with things that we didn't ever want you guys to see in your experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we just decided, look, like, this is not a good fit. This is not what we want. This is not what we want for our customers of Happy Day Apparel. So
Yeah.
there you go, you guys.
Prime example, and this literally was like the last little tiny thing, because we were supposed to sit down and have this conversation, and there's always that, like, maybe it's just because I'm such an optimist, but in the back of my head I was always like, maybe we are just having lemon after lemon after lemon issue, and we are like, maybe it'll get better from here. Like, I'm that kind of person. Even after all these things have gone wrong, I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be right from here on out. I don't know. But then I saw one last email. We had one person in the UK place an order for a mug and a t-shirt. And it just so happened that the inventory, which was a whole other problem in itself.
Oh yeah, the inventory was done wrong.
Inventory was done wrong and wrong and wrong again.
Dad,
What,
can you
puppy?
hold Paige?
Oh, you want me to hold you or Paige?
Peach.
Okay. So inventory was marked incorrectly, and someone placed an order for a shirt and a mug. Turned out that shirt was not in stock in that size, and they had already paid for shipping to the UK, which was $26. Instead of them reaching out and being like, hey, your shirt sizing is not in stock. How can we fix this? Would you like a different shirt? Would you like to cancel your order? Would you like a discount on this item or something to that effect? Trying to fix the situation. They just shipped it. So they just shipped one mug that costs $26 to ship to the UK. Anyway, that was like the last and final thing. So I reached out to that customer of ours and I happily refunded a good portion of the shipping and told them we were extremely sorry that the issue that they ran into. And it's just stuff like that it's just, I don't know. Customer service, again, is number one for us. And we want you guys to all have a happy day. And it was just a pain in the butt, huh? We're going to figure out all this stuff again with a new center and hopefully have a much better experience. And yeah, so right now our Happy Day Apparel is on a little bit of a hiatus, but we'll keep you guys updated.
Hopefully just shortly.
Hopefully real shortly. I'm hoping the minute we get our stuff back, we can start.
Well, you and I can start fulfilling things in the time being.
Yeah. Sorry for that rant, but I feel like that was...
Some people were interested.
I feel like that's something very interesting to a lot of people because it's just not something people do ordinarily.
Yeah. Yeah, so man, you can see like my cheeks are flustered. I don't like confrontation. I don't like talking about problems and stuff like that, but it happened. It very much happened and we very much had to deal with it.
But I'm trying new food might taste good.
Oh, try new food, it might taste good when it's chocolate. Yeah, I bet. Go ahead and try a bite. That's dark chocolate. That's 85% dark chocolate. It's mommy's little special treat. What do you think? Does it taste good? Really? You like it? That's wild. Are you thinking twice about Was that kind of a weird, funny taste? Oh, it's strong.
I need some milk.
You need some milk? Here.
She needs some milk!
Here you go. She tried it and she was like, whoa.
Whole body shakes.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
Okay.
I want to see my milk.
Your mermaid is hatching. Should we go help her out of her shell? Should we go help her?
That's
Okay.
great.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna pour the water out and then you can pick her out of her shell, okay? Go with Dad. He's gonna put you in your seat. So I got Micah this little grow hatch your own mermaid for Valentine's Day and it's finally ready.
Wow.
She's hatching. You can get her out of her shell now.
Put the shell in the bowl.
Wow. Let me see your mermaid.
A baby mermaid.
A baby mermaid. What's her name? You want to give her a name?
She wants to swim.
She wants to swim. Should I put some water in there?
Her name is Becky.
Her name is Betty.
Becky the mermaid.
Eddie the mermaid. Eddie mermaid.
I like that song.
Oh, not the moon.
All right. She's swimming in the water.
Becky the mermaid. Let me see her.
That's hot.
Oh, the water's warm. The
Becky
water's
the
just warm. It's
mermaid.
not hot. Well, that's neat.
That's hot with a baby.
Like a baby?
Aww.
That's it, right?
You're gonna dry her?
Okay, that's good. That's good. I thought you were gonna try and feed her.
Rinse her hair out? We need to wash her?
No, that's mine.
I'm not gonna use it, I'm just washing. No, this one is for Daddy to make ribs, okay? That one we're not gonna play with right now. Deal?
You miss it?
Let me see how you do it. Mix
It's
and
clean.
mix it. She's all clean? You're
I
such a
can
good
see
caretaker.
some food.
I wanted to show you guys Paige's hair. It seems like it's growing so much lately. She's starting to get these little fuzzy things that stick out, which makes me a little excited. I might have another fuzzy-headed baby.
I have some fun.
You did have a fuzzy head, Micah. I don't know if some of you guys were around back then. I know a lot of you were. But Micah's hair was so like flighty and stuck up, probably till about 18 months until it started to lay down. And I'm secretly hoping that Paige's hair is the same way because it was so funny and so cute. And there was just like nothing you could do with it. It would just have a mind of its own. It would stick up. But it's growing and she's got this little tuft back here that just makes me laugh. There's this little spot right here. So cute. Could you bring those over here to the stove though so that no little fingers touch them? We'll make some room here. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. Oh my gosh. They don't even have barbecue sauce on them yet, but that looks amazing.
Yes.
Oh, it smells wonderful. Whoops, getting the camera all steamy.
Oh no, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
They're too soft?
Yeah, let
Real pull off the bone? Uh-oh. That looks wonderful. All sauced up, ready to go back on the grill for an hour and then eat.
More like a half hour.
Oh, half hour?
Yep.
Perfect. Man, you guys, this hair is just like doing its totally own thing lately. How do I fix that? It's just gonna be a phase, I guess. I had a phase like that in middle school too, where I had straight up sticking hair. My neighbor called me poodle. It's fine. I don't know if you can hear Austin is downstairs doing the podcast with his 4 buddies. It's called Five's a Crowd. It's always linked down below if you guys are interested in listening to it. The girls are in bed. Micah's kind of having a little bit of a hard night. She slept 2 nights at Nana's house. We just planned on one night, but she was having such a good time that she decided, hey, like, I don't mind having her over one more night. She's having a blast. Micah didn't want to go home. Austin and I were like, okay, that is fine. She was having a good time. It allowed us to get some really good sleep, which I am not complaining about one bit at all. For the first time in a while, I feel like refreshed. I am going to enjoy my chocolate. I'm going to get some work done. I'm editing a men try video right now. They did a magnetic face mask. And I know our vlog topic today is probably not for anybody, but I know a lot of you guys were interested in hearing that whole spiel of what happened when we were doing our merch and getting everything figured out. So it's out, it's there. You guys know it all now. I found myself getting flustered and I was just like feeling uncomfortable talking about it because I don't like to be negative, and we were trying to not be negative about it, but there were just so many things that went wrong that really shouldn't have. I mean, there's always 2 sides to a story, right? So maybe they know things that we don't, but it was just like not the way we think, not the way we've seen fulfillment centers work with any of our like friends' experiences and stuff like that. So I don't know. Anyways, it's out there. I don't need to talk about it anymore. The confrontation just makes me feel anxious and just like tense, and I don't like it. So, but we hope you guys enjoyed it. Those of you that were really interested in like all the behind the scenes stuff that we had to deal with. And also like to anyone that has supported us in any way, Happy Day Apparel in any way, like truly we appreciate it. We hope that is clear to you guys, that we really do appreciate not just like the support, but the whole community that it has built, whether you have monetarily purchased something from us or you comment or share videos, like that seriously helps so much. So we appreciate each and every one of you for even just watching and making us part of your day. It's really awesome. So we will see you guys next time. A little heads up, Austin and I and the girls are going to visit my family. We're gonna go snowboarding one day. It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait. It's been a good 2 seasons, I think, since I've snowboarded. And before that, it was another 2 seasons, I think, because I've been pregnant or breastfeeding or whatever. So I am excited to get on the mountain, shred, do some jumps, maybe hurt myself. I don't know. I need a little adventure, a little bit of excitement is all. So really looking forward to that. We will take you guys along snowboarding. That's always some fun vlogs for us to film, especially. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today and look forward to that next time. Bye, friends.